here. We wanted to give him a chance, and I thought he stood in there very nicely.
Within the concept of what you guys are trying to do here organizationally, get better every year and keep advancing, you got a bunch of young guys here. How important would it be to just get this win tonight and, an elimination setting like this, and then let them have a Game 7?
Yeah, this isn't about development. We're not going to fall off on that. We're young and we're developing, and I get that, Hedge. There are some great experiences going on for some of our guys. We're trying to win Game 6 to get to Game 7. It's not an organizational view. It's not what we're going to look like a few years from now. We're here right now. We're here to win Game 6 so we can extend this series.
John, the other night you were saying you like the intensity, but some of your top guys needed to start making more plays. Maybe they did as in the last 10 or so minutes. But what are you seeing from them, and how much of it is lack of space? How much of it is they just need to maybe get the puck deep and try to get on a cycle like that just to create off of that?
Well, all of the above. I think one of the biggest points in our last game, in Game 5, is that we dented their goalie. I think that was very important. I think they've dented our goalie. We've dented their goalie in that third period, which is very important going into Game 6. Offensive people, it's a situation of you need to keep patience in a game. Sometimes when you don't have a play, you just don't make that play. You get it behind the D, and we get our forechecking going. Other times the plays are there. It's their call. We're playing against a team that checks pretty well. We just need to not lose ourselves, and I think we have the past couple games and certain times of the game in some situational patience. But when we talk about patience, it does not mean we shouldn't be aggressive. And I do. I think we need to push it a little bit here. And not so much making east-west plays, tic-tac-toe plays, because they're not going to be there. The Bruins are in the middle of the ice. They're going to be in the middle of the ice. It's about pushing them behind them and getting to work there. And I think as we, in some of the good minutes of our last game, that's where we're finding some offense.
John, you've spoken a number of times this season about your team's mindset going into a game. You've coached in Game 6s in elimination-type games many times in your career, and I'm wondering, I don't know the right answer, but what kind of attitude do you want a team to have when they're in the situation? Do you want them to come out in full desperation mode, or do you want them to take a completely usual, relaxed approach to a game and play the way they know how to play? I don't know what the right answer is.
They're going to be full of energy, and it just goes back what I was talking to Danny about. You also have to have a controlled aggression, because I do think in situations you need to fight another day. You just need to play simple and push it to an area. Get off the ice, and maybe your next shift you have a chance to do something that's going to have a direct situation into the game. I think it's a constant flow of what the temperature of the game is and where you think you can push and where you just need to be simple. And that's the whole key, I think, of playoff hockey is not turning pucks over because you're trying to do too much, but also knowing in the back of your mind you need to make some offensive plays here, and you need to get aggressive in certain situations. So you can't just put a blanket statement on how we're going to go about it. It happens through the flow of the game.
John, what's the benefit of getting a goal from a guy like Dzingel when he's had some struggles in the postseason, but to get a goal from him, maybe get him going for this game?
We've got to get some goal scoring. As I said, we have, I think, two of the best goalies in the playoffs playing against one another here, and they have found a way to score some goals with their top guys. We have got to find a way to score some goals with our guys, and secondary scoring with Zinger is very important. Again, I think that's the most important thing. That's a tough loss for us because we have a chance to go up 4-3 with Andy right after. We have chances to tie the game. But the biggest thing is I think we put a dent in Rask coming into Game 6 here. And that's so important for offensive people.